I had been blessed with a wilder mind. This is the eighth line in the famous Mumford & Sons song called Wilder Mind. Very few people are able to find their wild side. It takes a lot of control, it's difficult to grasp, and it's one of those things that not many people can find. However, with a conscious effort, anybody can adopt it. That is why today I am challenging you and I am motivating you to find your wild side. I have been trying to find mine for the better half of the last 3 years, and through trials and tribulations, ups and downs, successes and failures, I have finally found mine during this quarantine. This quarantine has caused me to reevaluate and find my wild side and what I like most about it. I found out that since I was caged inside all this time, I wasn't able to let it free, and that's when I was able to understand what my wild side is. So, this topic will cover what is a wild side, why making yourself uncomfortable can be beneficial for you, and eventually finding overall happiness for yourself. So, let's talk about what the wild side is. The wild side is that part of you that rarely ever gets showcased, and not many people get to see it. It might come out in unusual circumstances, and it gives you a jolt of energy. For example, the other day I decided I wanted to try to do a standing backflip. I had never attempted it in my life, and I really didn't think I could do it. After 30 or 40 tries of landing on my neck every time, I called it quits. But the mere fact that I was trying to accomplish something and trying to reach this new level was a testament to me trying to find my wild side. Your wild side is most often that first thing that pops into your head before your conscience takes over. Now, I'm not saying your conscience is bad, but sometimes it's a good idea to run with that first idea and see where it can take you. It'll take you somewhere you may not have ever thought you could get. Now, during this time of quarantine, I'm sure that many of us regret that one time we couldn't and didn't get that drink with our friends because we were wanting to chill, or that time for me, I had the opportunity to go skydiving with my friends, but didn't go because I had too much homework. These are all examples of excuses for not being one with your wild side. This is the essence of it. Pull the trigger and go with it. Just do it. So, your wild side kind of works in combination with the idea of being comfortable with being uncomfortable. Now, many people hate the idea of being uncomfortable. They get sweaty, they might start to stutter. A lot of people don't really enjoy it. However, the idea of pushing yourself to overcome this uncomfortableness is so satisfying. Now, I challenge you to do one thing each day that scares you. It doesn't have to be really scary, just one thing that makes you a little uncomfortable. Pushing your limits will open new avenues to new people, new settings, and new ideas that you never thought you could reach before. People often find themselves in ruts because they don't challenge themselves and push themselves to being uncomfortable. Just recently, I have decided to wake up at 6:15 in the morning every day to make myself uncomfortable. It is a way to change my routine and kind of reach this next level. Now, throughout my life, I was always the reserved and shy kid. I didn't really test myself. I wouldn't really go beyond the normal limits. However, my brother was an incredible role model for me. He taught me, find your wild side. He actually called me kind of a dud because I was a little bit boring, and he eventually told me to find my wild side. And he said, people only judge those who are a little wild because deep down they wish they could be just like you. And Jeanette LeBlanc also said, why are you so determined to keep your wild side silently inside you? Let it breathe. Give it a voice. Let it roll out of you on the wide open waves. Set it free. And this is the essence of the wild side. Now, lastly, in combination with being a little wild and being comfortable with being uncomfortable, you will ultimately find happiness. So we all want to be happy, and we all want a life we're proud of. Have you ever noticed that right after you get off a roller coaster, you have your adrenaline pumping, you're full of smiles? You should want to chase that feeling all the time. And if you're forever chasing this feeling, then you're going to make yourself happy. Wanting to be happy and choosing to be happy are two different things. Choose to be happy. Now, when I'm saying this, don't be stupid. Don't do something that's going to get you hurt, or get you in trouble because you're trying to find your wild side. I've done my fair share of that. I've ridden my dirt bike through private property, or even hopped the fence to get in a pool and have the HOA chase me. Don't do that. Be smart and be calculated. Trust me, no one remembers the day they stayed inside and watched Netflix again. They remember the day they took that leap. Now, I hope that you will heed my advice and try to find your wild side. Make yourself a little uncomfortable and create more happiness for yourself. Now I'm going to leave you with a lyric from the Red Hot Chili Peppers song Can't Stop. Can't stop the spirits when they need you. This life is more than just a read-through. Thank you.